In this episode, I'd like to address a topic from a seeker who is practicing Brahmacharya, which is also known as semen retention in modern times. Perhaps you have the same question in your mind. Please note, this excerpt is taken from the book written by PRANA Man, narrated by Rethas. Book link given is in the description. Today's question is about choosing the right wife. How do you pick a spouse in modern times? How should a man choose someone who supports discipline? Someone who supports a life rooted in celibacy? Is there an ideal age difference between husband and wife? What if the man has practiced long-term celibacy? Is it possible the woman may be more sexually active? How should this difference be handled in marriage? Where do you find women of strong character today? Women who uphold high standards? Finally, should you marry a working woman? Does that create challenges to maintaining these values? Let's begin with the answer. If a person is genuine about Brahmacharya, God blesses them. Their efforts must be sincere. Their commitment must be persistent. They must have constant God meditation. They must pray for removal of obstacles. God will bless such a person. He will provide a husband or wife who supports Brahmacharya, someone who encourages this path. What matters is the intensity of your longing. Your attitude should be clear. There is nothing more important than God realization, nothing more attractive than the divine act of Brahmacharya. You do not want association with anything that blocks this path. You do not want anyone who comes in the way. With such commitment, you will succeed. With such love and devotion, you will become an Urdhvaretha. Getting an understanding spouse is trivial. It is a small happening. God will take care of it in the twinkling of an eye. Progress in Brahmacharya is never instantaneous. Numerous obstacles will appear. Temptations will come. Impediments and problems will be laid in your path. God Himself places these tests. He wants to see how faithful you are. He wants to see your commitment. These are like exams a student must pass. Will a student get a degree just by claiming knowledge? No. He must prove his knowledge. He must fare well in various exams year after year. Only then does the university award the degree. Success in Brahmacharya is similar. Enormous power comes with it. Bliss comes with it. God realization comes with it. They will come to the man who commits honestly, to the man who commits sincerely and lovingly, through years of unbroken celibacy, come what may. Not in a few days or months, but they will come. They will surely come. Ours is to strive and plod honestly. Do not worry about when and how. These things will be decided by God. They will be forwarded in His own accord. There is a saying, the right approach for a man is to give 90% of his energies to God. Give love and prayer to God. Give the remaining 10% as love for his wife. Then the wife will forever adore the man. She will be after him trying to win the remaining 90%. The male and female energies are created by God. They exist for the continuation of samsara. Samsara means manifestation of the outer world. The world we see comprised of people, their thoughts, their actions, their creations. By default, the female energy lacks definition. In other words, it lacks form, structure, and boundary. It is indefinite, deep, mysterious, and unbound. Like the dark night, the male energy signifies definition. It depicts form, structure, and well-defined boundary. It is definite, shallow, clear, and bounded. These two energies are two forms of one single God. Through these energies, he operates. These two energies represent the dualities of nature. Until one reaches union with God, each energy complements the other. Until then, each energy is in imbalance without the other. Each needs the other to complete itself. For this reason, marriage is holy. The concept of family is sensible, it is purposeful. The female energy has characteristics of lack of definition. It has unbound depth. This makes a woman feel incomplete by herself, empty by herself. She is forever searching for something that gives her definition, something that gives direction and completion. In the same way, there is incompleteness in a man until he finds a worthy woman, a woman who can be the object of his qualities, the means of expression of his strength, his bravery, firmness, self-confidence, his sense of purpose and direction, whom he can protect, whom he can provide for and take care of, from whom he can enrich his life with feminine qualities of kindness, with consideration, understanding, affection, and true love. These two equations are basic. They form the bedrock of the need for matrimony and family. They are the pillars on which a healthy family is formed. A happy family unit is formed. No matter how modernized the world gets, these basics never change. No matter how sophisticated and advanced we become. This is the law of creation. It is permanent and eternal. The qualities the woman fundamentally lacks are present in the real man. They are in abundance. So when a woman comes across such a man, something happens. A man who stands for definition, who represents it through his qualities, bravery, strength, firmness, sureness, confidence, a sense of direction. These form the male substratum. She finds an opportunity to end her sense of incompletion, her indefinableness and emptiness, by associating with the very opposite of these gaps within her. Once a woman finds such a man, she revels. She experiences a sense of completion and definition. Suddenly, her life gets direction, a sense of purpose at the innate level. A woman who has found such a man is completed. Her incomplete nature is fulfilled. She will willingly and lovingly follow him. She will assist, understand, and stand by the man who has driven away her deficits, who has provided what she needed most, a sense of security, direction, and purpose. When a man is governed by these qualities, something happens. When he is firm, sure, brave, and confident, his woman feels admiration. She admires these qualities he possesses. She will most naturally be supportive, understanding in whatever path he chooses. She will offer him her valuable qualities: love, affection, kindness, concern, and steadfast loyalty. The problems in marriage often have a root cause: lack of love from a woman, non-admiration, unkindness, and unsupportive nature. These most often arise due to lack of manly qualities in the man. When man deviates from the true nature, the nature he should be anchored to, most often men are to be blamed, not women. What wrong does the man do? Instead of being steadfast in his nature, he runs after the woman. He begs for her approval. He idolizes her as a precious object of pleasure. He seeks to please her with money, with gifts and material possessions, as a substitute to the priceless real man qualities. This is like making a statement, Since I lack the priceless qualities of bravery, I substitute them. Since I lack sureness, self-confidence, a sense of direction, I give expensive gifts instead. I give dinners instead. I give constant words praising your beauty. I promise to be your slave. I will do whatever you want. In return for your company, lots of sex, your undivided attention and loyalty to me. What will be the reaction? The woman came to the man seeking partnership with hope that he will embody true male qualities. She finds that he is worse than herself. He lacks the grit, will, determination, and confidence. The confidence a man must have. Instead, he is a timid, effeminate, directionless weakling, prepared to give up his self-esteem, his self-respect for the pleasures of her body, for her company and attention. This realization makes her look down at the man. It results in an attitude of scorn, disgust, and loathing towards the man. Once a woman reaches this state, if not married, she will avoid him. Eventually, she will leave him. If this happens after marriage, she will curse her fate. For having given her such a spineless man, she shows this discontentment outwardly. Through bad-mouthing, condemning, and rebuking the man, at every possible excuse, she will fail to be supportive in his endeavors. She does not find him worthy of her affection, worthy of her attention. There are women called gold diggers. They may stay by such a man if he is rich, if he is powerful, for financial security, for gains. But such a man can never win her love. He cannot win her respect, admiration, and unconditional devotion. The devotion that comes from manly qualities of substance. Here is what is happening in the modern world today. If a man wants his wife to be loving, something must happen first. He wants her considerate, affectionate, and supportive. He needs to develop qualities that befit his maleness. He needs to be self-reliant with himself, not a slave of sex and passion. He needs to be the embodiment of the qualities mentioned, at least a few, if not all, to make the woman look up to him with respect, admiration, and awe. This will naturally induce the woman to respond with loyalty, attention, and devotion. She will then naturally strive to enrich his life with her feminine qualities of kindness, affection, unconditional love, and support. She will try her best to please him. The man can then correspondingly respond with consideration, understanding, and kindness from his side. This results in a marriage that is stable, happy, and purposeful to both parties. Whether the wife is a working woman becomes trivial. It is not of much concern. But a man who craves after the female physical form cannot achieve this. A man with a mind constantly fixed in lusting, his wife will always feel the pressure to look sexual. She is in constant competition with other women, trying to win his attention. In the company of a man who is virtuous, something different happens. A God-loving man, firm and sure about his ideals, not devoted or besotted to sex as pleasure. The approach to sexuality that a woman has eventually alters. She adjusts her perspective accordingly. She falls in line with the man's way of thinking. Nature has made woman very adaptable. She has the strength to change herself to a large degree. What is required is a man who is worthy in the lady's eyes, who can inspire and dynamize a woman to change accordingly. Let's now discuss how to pick the right wife in modern times. With God's grace, you have two options. You will get married or you won't get married. If you will get married, continue to listen. We will not review whether you should get married. We will review how to pick the right wife. If one decides to get married, one will find himself in a situation. He should know how to pick the right wife. Picking the right wife is of utmost importance. Marriage is a lifelong commitment. It requires a great deal of forethought. Getting married without a plan is terrible. Getting married without forethought is a terrible decision. In the modern world, getting married is a business decision. Marriage is a contract between two entities. You've got to enter into it ruthlessly with the mind of a determined businessman for it to work. You've got to pick the right wife carefully. Like a businessman picks a company to invest in, it shouldn't be left to chance. Love is chance. You've got to be proactive, know what you want, then go after it. Marriage isn't about love. It is not about connecting with your soulmate. Those are inventions of TV and movies. Marriage is an exchange of resources. Your wife shall provide A. You will provide B. If your wife doesn't provide her share, she should not have the privilege of marriage with you. Marriage is a contract. You've got to try your hardest to make sure that contract is reinforced. You cannot make the best decision when emotional. When you're lovesick, like a 16-year-old schoolgirl. No businessman who wants to stay in business signs a contract emotionally. No man who wants to stay married signs all power away just because he loves her. It takes rational, clear-headed planning, clear-headed thinking to pick the right wife material. The concept of sex for pleasure in marriage is a trick resorted by those who have no other bond other than the bond of physical sex. This concept is not true love. True love is never selfish. True love doesn't require gratification of carnal pleasure to support itself. Man and wife can enjoy true bliss, true togetherness once they practice combined celibacy a few months of it. They will then see the real benefits of chastity, the deep, true love that blossoms between them, which was never there while being in a sexual relationship. It is hard at the start to go into such a life, but then nothing special comes without effort. It is said that a man and wife who practice celibacy incur appreciation, blessings of gods from above. No statement can be truer. Words fail to describe the bliss, the positivity and strength gained by such a mode of life. I would request people to get a real taste by leading a life of celibacy for a few months, see how their life improves at the mental, physical, material, and spiritual levels for themselves. The primary reason for a man to ever get married is this: he wants to start a family. There is absolutely no other reason to ever get married. Love is not a reason to get married. When you get married, you sign all your power over to your wife. It must be of some benefit for you to do so. That benefit is to grow old with your family. The goals of a marriage should be these. First, minimize the chance of divorce, theft, and child robbery. Second, maximize wife's happiness with her duties, her wifely and motherly duties. The complete opposite of everything you will see, read, or hear. It's not about empowerment or any other buzzword designed to kill the traditional family. She should be completely devoted to her family. True happiness for a woman comes from her family. It does not come from her career or her independence or her sexually liberated point of view. Third, have a healthy, happy family with well-educated, respectful children. non-sissified sons and girlish daughters, with strong family values. Be honest about what you want. Most men don't want an independent, empowered woman. That's code for something else. For bitchy slut with a chip on her shoulder. We all want a sweet, nice, joyful, feminine woman who treats her man like a king. Bullshitters will suck up to the dregs. They say the opposite in a futile attempt to get some action. These poor suckers get treated the worst. They never understand why. Hear this, gentlemen. Women love men who go after what they want, who don't take a woman's nonsense seriously, who treat her like a woman, not like a man in drag. Women hate suck-ups. As much as stepping in dog poop on the street, to a woman, a male suck-up is less than human. Let's talk about divorce. There is no denying that marriage is a very bad deal. When you get married, you immediately give your wife power. All the power over your money, over your children. No fault divorce really means his fault divorce. If your wife decides she wants a divorce, she can have benefits. All the benefits of being married, none of the drawbacks. Divorce is theft from the man. It's a redistribution of wealth from men to women. She can live off your paycheck via alimony and child support. She can keep your children, raise them in a single mother household or stepdaddy household. She has the complete and full support of Papa government behind her. In the eyes of the law, she can do no wrong. You can do no right. And there is nothing you can do about that. That's why you have to choose the right wife in the first place. To eliminate much of that risk, steps should be taken to minimize chances of divorce. You must take extra special precaution to choosing the right wife, so you can avoid the possibility of a financially devastating divorce. Family ruining divorce. When to get married is important. The best time for a man is between 25 to 35. At that age, he has had time. Time to live life, earn money, think of what he wants in a wife, settle down a little bit. The ages between 20 and 25 are wild years. But after the 25-year mark, men tend to settle. Most men under 25 aren't mature enough to make the best decision about who to spend their life with. Now remember, 25 is the starting age to think of marriage. That doesn't mean you should get married at 25 or by 30. Anytime between 25 and 35 is good to tie the knot. Between these ages, a man's marriage value is highest. Scriptures recommend a start age around 32 to 34, or maximum by the age of 35, as the upper limit to achieve maximum benefits. This is further to the fact that the best semen and vitality are within man unto this age. Beyond this age, the quality of the seed deteriorates in a normal man. It starts to deteriorate. We have spoken about the need for a good woman. In the following section, we will look at determination, how to determine good women from bad women, the top rules for picking the right wife, to maximize a happy life and minimize the chance of divorce. Rule number 1, she should be young. The woman should be 26 or 27 years maximum. 25 is even better. 20 is the best age. A woman's body does not age well. You want the most amount of years. With your wife having a tight, young, firm body, after 28, it goes downhill fast. At around the age of 31, a woman's beauty declines fast. It's a trade-off. She gives you her good years. You put up with her in her bad years. Never take a woman already in her bad years. Women do not age well. Cougars are an invention of the movies. Older women that younger men find irresistible. Single women over the age of 30 have wasted their pretty years having a lot of random sex. Now they want to find a sucker who will take care of them without having to give him any of her good years. Don't be that sucker. A young body is especially important for bearing children. Old women cannot have healthy children. They don't have healthy children. At 30 years of age, a woman is already 15 years past her childbearing prime. But I like talking to smart women. 20-year-olds are stupid. Her intelligence won't grow much with age. A dumb 20-year-old is a dumb 30-year-old. The difference is that the 30-year-old dumb woman is bitter, a whole lot more bitter, and has a whole lot less to offer. Rule number 2, she has to come from an intact family with original mother and father. No step-mommies and step-daddies. Children from single mommy homes cannot be healthy. A mother simply cannot raise healthy children alone or with step-daddies. You want an emotionally healthy wife. Women who grew up with divorce have too much baggage. They use promiscuity as a way to get attention from daddy. They will not know how to act in a proper family setting. Rule number 3, she cannot believe in divorce or even imagine getting a divorce. If she mentions the word divorce, she's not a keeper. What to do in case of divorce? Praises a friend who got a divorce. Says divorce is an option. Throw her back in the water. Go fishing some more. To make a marriage work, both must think of divorce as no option at all. Rule number 4, she must have the natural body type you prefer. Every woman will gain a few pounds. When they settle with a man, it's unavoidable. What is unacceptable is a woman blowing up. To whale proportions, if a woman was once very fat, lost the weight on crash diets and ultra gym sessions, that weight will all come back, plus more when she gets married. If she has to constantly diet, she's about to blow up like a balloon. When the ring is on her finger, when the vows are spoken, you must pick the natural body type you like. That means she must have the same body type her whole life, never yo-yoing up or down in weight. She should have a pretty face. When her body goes, the only thing left is her face. You will have to see it every single day. Rule number 5, she must be family-oriented, not career-oriented. This is going to be the mother of your children, the keeper of your house. A real man doesn't need 2 incomes. He can provide. What he needs is a keeper of home and heart. 2-income households leave raising of children to expensive daycares and schools. Then mommy goes to work so they can afford to pay for daycare and babysitters. I don't want children. Don't get married. The only reason to get married is family. But I want a career woman. Doesn't matter. Even if she is a career woman when you meet, she will not be when she is older. No woman wants to work, but it takes some of them time to figure that out. They waste all their youth playing their career, working their career, then realize what a huge mistake they made. They leave their jobs to take care of their child, quite possibly retarded. That's what happens when old ladies have babies. How many 45-year-old married female lawyers do you know, or other professionals? The women who work in middle age do so because they have no choice. They whine about it every day of their life. They would give anything to leave their jobs, to take care of their family instead. No woman truly wants to work. Work is a man's world, and always will be. A woman's work should be in the home, taking care of the home and children. Rule number 6. She must be a good girl. She cannot be a drinker or a smoker or have any tattoos. She cannot have a party girl past, a sordid past. She cannot have gone out more than a couple times drinking. You cannot turn a prostitute into a housewife. The more sexual partners she has had, the more likely the marriage will end in divorce. Are you saying all party girls are promiscuous? Smokers and drinkers are promiscuous? Yes. She must be virgin ideally. If you want less drama in your life, if you think that's not possible in modern age, ensure fewer sexual partners. Fewer sexual partners your wife has had. The better, the ideal wife should be a virgin. Remember this, the more sexual partners she has had, the more likely you are to be divorced in about 3 years and lose most of your money, possessions, and your children if you think she needs help or that you are helping her, that she is changing. Then you are being foolish. You are being played. It's going to end badly for you. When you get hitched to a woman like this, always pick a good girl. That means a virgin or close, family-oriented, pleasant, eager to help, a smiler and patient. Rule number 7. This rule mainly applies to Western countries. In many parts of Asia, divorce is still socially discouraged, but in Western societies, it is common and legally streamlined. If you are marrying in such a system, you should seriously consider a prenuptial agreement. She should have no objection to signing one. A prenup may not save you much money if a divorce happens. That is not the point. The real value is psychological and moral. Her willingness to sign it signals seriousness. It shows she is entering the marriage with the intention to make it work, not with an exit plan already in mind. Rule number 8, she should change herself for you. When a woman is in love, she will change herself to please and conform to you. She will enjoy watching all 6 Rocky movies with you. She will do things to please you she has never done or liked before. I don't want a woman who flip-flops. A woman who doesn't flip-flop is a woman who does not respect you. Women are not men, should not be held to the standards of men. A man who changes his views on the whims of a woman is a sissy. A woman who changes her views on the whims of a man is a woman who is in love. She should not be degraded for that, because that's what keepers do. Rule number 9, she must look up to you and respect you. Women marry up, men marry down. Since the dawn of marriage, if she looks down on you, she will leave with your money and your children. You've got to be a man that she can look up to, admire, love, and respect, always. Rule number 10, she should not have any children from a previous affair. In the animal kingdom, when a lion takes over a pride, he kills the cubs of other lions. Raising someone else's child is cuckoldry. With your full knowledge and consent, if you raise someone else's child, you will be taking care of another man's seedling. There will always be another man in the picture. Be selfish. Keep your wife and children to yourself. They should be yours and only yours. Don't settle for another man's leavings and sloppy seconds. Here is what women with children do. They have unprotected sex with a stud, get knocked up, look for a sucker to raise the bastard, or she has already been married, had children, then divorced the father and left. In each case, the woman is unfit for marriage. Rule number 11. She should be a smiler. She should smile when she sees you. Her eyes should light up. She should be excited each time she sees you. Reward you with her beautiful smile. A big, bright, shining smile from a pretty girl is worth more than any university degree, worth more than any job she has, worth more than any other nonsense. Modern women wrongly believe makes them attractive to men. You want a happy woman. You don't want a frowning, nagging, pessimistic bride. Always pick a smiling, warm, happy, go-lucky woman to share your life with. Things to remember. Western or American women have been indoctrinated since birth to believe in divorce, to embrace divorce. They have been indoctrinated and instructed to believe that their feminine instincts are wrong and bad. This causes a great deal of confusion in their minds. To put it plainly, many of them are unfit for marriage and raising a family. Especially avoid women who use psychiatric drugs. Especially avoid women who go to therapy. Therapy only makes women more insane, teaches them to blame men more for their problems. Party girls are for fun. Good girls are for marriage. If a woman cannot or will not cook daily, how will she ever care for children? She can't. To raise non-fat children, you must marry a woman who can and will cook. As a man, your options do not dwindle with age. Your options only increase with your age and wealth. Conversely, as a woman ages, her options plummet. That's because men age gracefully. Like a fine wine, women age like milk. That's why you must pick a beautiful young lady. It is highly advisable for a man to wait until he is a little older to get married. 27 years of age is an acceptable starting age for a man to start thinking of marriage. Never, ever take advice from a woman on how to be attractive to women. Be nice, be yourself, be courteous, buy her gifts. This only works to put you in the friend zone, rightfully so, because it's pathetic behavior. You should avoid women who have a lazy attitude, an entitled me-first attitude. Don't let your wife have complete control of the home decor. You don't want to live in emasculation station with throw pillows and doilies and dolls and flowers everywhere. Men are not women and women are not men. Things that women should do not apply to men. And vice versa. Double standards exist. That's life. You are the leader. She is the follower. Lead her for an instance. When she loves and respects you, she will enjoy all things about you. She will not demand and nag you into changing. If you smoke a big fat cigar, however, strictly to all the celibate, don't be a smoker at any cost, and your clothes smell like an ashtray, she will enjoy the smell. She should want to sleep in one of your shirts because it has your smell. That's the power you should have over your wife, for her to be happy and content. If she's a nagger before marriage, that is a sign. You need to give her walking papers. Nothing is going to get better with marriage. It will only amplify. Marriage should be old school traditional for it to work. Pick a non-traditional woman. Have some nonsense non-traditional marriage. You can expect non-traditional results. Alimony payments, child support payments, seeing your children every other weekend. Never get married just because. Have a purpose and a reason for the things you do. Getting married is a dangerous proposition. Make sure you know how to swim. Before you dive in, head first, dealing with the one who got away. There are over 3 billion women in the world. The median age for women the entire world over is 29 years old. There are millions of women who are possible marriage material. She isn't the one, or your soulmate, or other nonsense. There are millions just like her. If she was your soulmate, you'd still be together. Let her go and move on. There are plenty more where she came from. Picking a woman from your own country is best. From your own culture is always the best solution. Unfortunately, there is wholesale, systematic destruction of marriage and family. In many first world countries, especially America and England, which has narrowed the options tremendously, one may have a broader selection if he were to go abroad to another country where marriage and family are still valued like some parts of Asia. But, and this is a big but, think long and hard before you marry a woman of another race and father half-breed children. Remember, it is best to marry a woman of your culture and race. If that option is unappealing for the reasons described above, there is a whole big wide world for you to choose from. Conclusion. Growing old alone seems worse. With no children to carry on your name seems a worse prospect than following this checklist and picking the best wife you can. As regards how a brahmachari or a celibate can find such a woman, a celibate can find such a woman through his rock steady conviction and commitment to God through Brahmacharya itself. When the right time comes, he will come across a soul that is destined to be his wife, to support him in his quest. He can then proceed with fathering a child or two. The couple can work jointly towards leading a life of bliss-filled brahmacharya in the constant thought of God. One and only one thing is required of the celibate: that he be wholly and honestly devoted to God, through brahmacharya come what may, following which all the right things will happen. All the right people will happen. When the time is ripe, if you are going to get married, do it the smart way. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time. Support note: if you've gained value from this video or from this channel, consider supporting us. The link is in the description. Your support helps us keep this channel running and continue producing this content. Thank you.